What's up, Juventini? Welcome back to the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. It's here. It's match day. It's Juventus hosting Como. We have the starting 11 that Spalletti's going to go with, and this is a big one. We got to get 3 points. We're 1 win in the last 6. It's time to get back on track. Obviously, we talked about it in the pregame show we did yesterday. They're going to be without a key piece to the puzzle for themselves, which is Nico Paz. Juve needs to just simply find a way, any which way, tactically, physically, all that goes out the window. Just find a victory here, okay? And we are going to be rocking the fourth kits, the new fourth kits that have come out. They are going to be rocking those ones against Como today. But for all of you that are going to be tuning in on this watch along, I've got, in my opinion, the best fourth kit Juve's had, at least in a long time, up for grabs to a lucky subscriber this season. All right, so the Palace kit, Dybala on the back. This is this month's giveaway. Make sure that you are subscribed, and good luck to you, okay? While you're in here tuning in, everybody drop a like. We're going to get to starting lineups. We're going to talk about the business, have fun, and then talk about predictions, okay? But first up, great to see all of you in here, okay? So we've got Chris coming in here saying, ciao a tutti, DR1S, exactly, with you. Just 3 points today. Let's cook. Wing of Winter, let's go. Alex P, ciao lads, great to see you in here. Panda, ciao tutti. Adam Khan, T97 keeper, let's ride. Matteo Camisa, 3-1 win. I feel it. All right, so Matteo kicking us off on the predictions, okay? Let's go, everybody. What are you feeling? I will hit you while you guys get your predictions ready with starting 11, okay? So let's take a look at the visitors here, Como, and what they're going to rock. Obviously, Nico Paz, having a spectacular season, will not be available to them. So for them, they're going to go Butez in goal, Smolcic, Ramon, Kempf, and Valle across the back line. They're going to play their 4-2-3-1, pretty standard for them. D'Acunha, Perrone as your two pivots, Voivoda, Kakare, Baturina, and then Duvikas is going to be your starting striker for Como. When you look at the good guys, Juve, this is what we got as our starting 11 today, everybody, okay? So you can see he's got Di Gregorio in goal, Gatti, Kelly, and Cope Miners. This is pretty much where we're at. Kalulu suspended, Bremer injured. This is exactly what we can do at the back, okay? McKennie, Locatelli, Thuram, and Cambiaso going to round out that middle of the park, okay? Miretti will start up top with Yildiz and Openda leading the line, okay? There's your starting 11. I gotta say this, if you're looking at this starting 11, that's pretty much as close to the best that is available for this game and what we can do. Miretti's getting another start. He didn't do so much with the last start that he was granted against Inter. I thought his passing was very, very off the mark, not good enough. Hopefully today he can get things back on track for himself. He's had a funny season because earlier on he looked a lot better, a lot sharper, and that he could challenge for the starting spot. And then he went through this lull where each time he was coming in, it just wasn't the same type of impact or effectiveness. I'd like to see a strong showing from Miretti. Eyes will be on him. McKennie's going to be a lock. I mean, you start to wonder about this guy getting fatigued or whatnot, but Spalletti said it in his presser in this game. He's very tough to take out of the lineup for this Juve, and it's hard to argue that. Cambiaso, Iser have been on him since the Man City rumors, where his play dropped off. So for him, he's got to have a strong showing. But Openda has to give us something. We can't be going into matches where we have no confidence when you're the only guy that's considered a striker and everyone else is hurt and you still get passed upon on a starting 11. You have to raise your game, man, and show us something. So hopefully he can do that today. But Prediction time, everybody. You know the drill. Fire away. Final score. Give us some tiebreakers. How do you think this game's going to go down? I'm going to pull up that starters list just for now. I'm going to get my feed going, okay, as they are getting live to the action. We've got a 2-0 decision here by DR1S. We got Adam Cango, a 2-1 Juve. We got a 4-2 Juventus coming in here. I'm going to go, I think it's tight. I still don't have faith that we hold this thing into a clean sheet. I would love a clean sheet today, but I think it's going to be tight. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Juventus victory. I'm going to say 2-1. And we've got several 2-1s. Anton M, Forza Juve coming in 2-1. We got a 3-3. Oof. 3-1 Como. Boo this man. Not seeing that happening. Come on. Juve's got to get the victory here, okay? Desperate for a victory. They got to take care of business. Hell of a light show. I saw French Montana's sitting over there too. They're going through the starting lineups in the stadium. And we're going to have a lot of fun today, everybody. Keep those predictions coming in here, everybody. Let's rock. 4-3 craziness coming in from Maddie. Maddie, by the way, hit me in the chat. Did you receive the kit that you won? Let me know. I'm at 3-2. Gio's rocking in here. Morning, andiamo. Let's go. Yeah, it's bright and early here. 6 a.m. Just about 6 a.m. here, everybody. I love this one, though. I love this. This is the perfect time. Perfect time for us. Get this thing done. Got the whole day ahead of myself. Hopefully a victory. And then we could just move on with the day and enjoy the weekend. And Gio's going 1-1. Gio, come on. Come on. Let's get the victory here. Giuseppe coming in 3-1. Yildiz. Boga. Locatelli. Pen. Woo. Chris saying a 1-0 after a referee mistake. Wouldn't be surprised to see a ref mistake. But it is Doveri. And we talked about him on the pregame show. I mean, he is the best of the bunch. That doesn't say a lot, but he is the best of the bunch. And it was funny in that match against Inter that they would go with the more experienced in Serie B, La Pena, and have Doveri as the fourth official. But you know why? It's because of the questions that would arise, because Doveri is labeled an Interista. So it's like they gotta eliminate the tin hat theories with these guys. Maybe refs from abroad. Let's see. A Como supporter really wanted me to leave Juve and join him in supporting Como instead. I said to him, nah, I'll pass. All right, Adam, not bad. It's like 6 a.m. over here, so not bad. Not bad effort. I'm going to let it slide, okay? No cards. No internal fire right now. Tony Roast Beef rocking the 5-3 Juve so I don't fall asleep. Because if this match is a snoozer, it will literally put me to sleep. I tell you what, had a little dinner party with my wife and her staff yesterday. And yeah, if this thing's a sleeper, I'm probably passing out here. You guys are going to see me sawing logs live on the feed if this thing's a snoozer. What's up, RB? Great to see you in here, brother. Too early for these. No. Never too early for victory. Let's go. We got to take care of business. La Pena needs banned for life. Yeah, that was just shocking stuff. What a way to ruin a game. Sikoko coming in here, 2-0 Juve. Yildiz, Pen, and Zhigrova off the bench. A big Zhigrova goal, eh? So we were talking a lot on the Matchday preview show yesterday about this list that is out there for the chopping block. And Zhigrova's an interesting one with the fans' thoughts on that one. Just not seeing enough of him, and it's just what a signing to be going into March soon, and still questions about physicality or whatnot. But apparently the reports state Juve's just not convinced, and they could be looking to make a switch there. And thoughts from some of the fan base are he's a talented player and they want to see him actually get minutes. But if Spalletti, and it still appears Spalletti is going to be the one that we continue with and move forward with, and if he's just not in favor with him, I don't see the point of continuing if you can make a move. Like, I mean, at some point, this is something we haven't done with previous guys, and that's back them in the manner that they would like and with players that they want and they are going to use. So, time to do it. Time to just, if he doesn't want him, if he ain't going to use him, there ain't no sense keeping him around. That's just me. Oh, of course. Elamogale is already training first team. Actually, so was the pickup in January. Licina. Licina's been training with the first team as well. Sikoko believes that the list is complete BS, man. Could it really be? I mean, you find it hard to believe that they want to get rid of Openda, Coat Miners. I mean, Gatti, Cabal. I don't know, man. I mean, these are the names I'd expect to be on there. The only ones that are in question are the ones really with, like, situations, like Di Gregorio. Di Gregorio's only going to go if we get a solid offer coming in where we can make some capital, and if you have a replacement that's around a decent value. That's really the only way he goes. So he's kind of on the cusp. McKenny's on the cusp because he's part of a renewal. They got to get the contract done. Vlahovic is on the maybe list because of his contract. So I don't know. It's pretty accurate if you're looking at the names. And if you're looking at the guys that are locked in, kind of makes sense. Another guy in question, Lloyd Kelly. Because if a strong enough offer comes in there for him, I could see them saying goodbye. Because it boosts your what you can do in the window. So we'll see. We'll see. There could be a lot of shifts. There could be not much for shifts. I just don't think that many players are untouchable. Well, the untouchable list is very small. Believe they had the core, even a Bremer, was on that core. But also Bremer, there are rumors saying that if a strong enough offer comes around, that Juve could say goodbye. They have a release clause that I believe is only 50 this summer. So 50 million release clause on Bremer. You guys know where I stand on that one. I think at this point you should just see it out with him and integrate younger defenders while bringing in another experienced guy to probably share the load with Bremer. Because if you can manage his workload, I think he'll still be a top guy. But yeah, really your locks are Yildiz, Thuram. I don't even think they had Loka in there, but like Yildiz, Thuram, Kalulu. I'm just going to pull it up. Because it was pretty close to what I had. They might have thrown... so Kalulu, Thuram, Locatelli, Bremer, Yildiz, Chico, and Miretti. That's it for who they want to move forward with. But again, as you say, not many are untouchable. I still think there's a couple names in there that if a good enough offer comes in, Juve's going to consider. All right, everybody, they're going over the starting graphics. I'm going to hit you with the starting lineups again. This is Juve, Di Gregorio, Gatti, Kelly, Coat Miners, McKennie, Locatelli, Thuram, Cambiasso, Miretti, Yildiz, and Openda up top. And yes, we're going to look like we're rolling the gondolas in Venice with these. That's all I could see. Look at these guys. They're going to play a match and then they're going to go take some people for little rips in the canals of Venice. Let's go. Let's have some fun today. Hopefully this is a solid victory for us. Collar up and tucked in shirt. Yildiz is going to dominate today. I feel it. There you go. That's all it takes. We see the officials, Doveri. We see the VAR center. Hopefully no garbage here. And you just never know in Italy in this league. By the way, everybody, Kalulu, we officially and formally appealed. It was in Gravina's hands to rescind the red suspension after the league officials had admitted that there was clear simulation from Bastoni and it was a mistake, an error, still not overturned. Shocking. Amici di nessuno. Sempre. Sempre. Okay? Amici di nessuno. They had a chance to do the right thing and Gravina failed. As he has countless times. There. And now we take care of business on the pitch. That's what we got to do. Okay, getting ready for this feed. Doveri. Looking around. About to blow this one into action. Come on. These kids, man, I tell you. And we got kickoff, everybody. Fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. Let's take care of business. Long ball going to the back post here. Cleared out. Gatti's in possession. Goes to the back for Kelly. Now over to Cope Miners. He's right at the halfway line. A little bit of pressure coming from Como there. Cambiaso tries to play a one-touch pass forward for Yildiz. That's blocked. It's out. Next to that mutt, Sesh Fabregas making the news for all the wrong things, it seems, in this league. Like what he does as a coach, except for the fact that he's so stubborn and unwilling to accept that there is more than one way to play a match. And then grabbing a player's kit while in action. Absolute scumbag move. Miretti battling for it here, but there's a foul. Foul on McKennie stepping in there on Vale. And it's whistled down. So Como's going to get the free kick and restart play. We look at Luciano Spalletti. Red hot when joining Juventus in November. And it's gone dry for a bit, but everybody has different feelings about what's the problem. And it sounds like it's coming down to depth. Kelly clears a header here. Cope Miners can't keep it in play. Spalletti catches it, hands it to Voivoda. He's going to throw it back. They're going to take the throw in all the way back. Como now in possession with their center backs. Up the flank here. Baturina to Vale. Push back. Lutez. Now back to the outside. Perone for Ramon. Smolcic inside to the middle. Little 1-2 with Voivoda now. Trying to win it. Battles in the middle of the pitch here. Juve come away with it. Como looking for a foul, staring at Doveri, nothing doing. Miretti comfortably gives it to Kelly, who gives it to Gatti. Man, these kits, when they're playing, you cannot see the number at all. Actually, it looks terrible on the pitch. Terrible on the pitch. It's a piece of clothing more than it is a kit. Como in possession. Ball's on the outside. Into the middle here. Little 1-2 worked. Trying to tee up a shot from range, and that deflects, and it goes over Di Gregorio's goal. That was a shot from Baturina. Oh, it looked like it took a deflection. That was just a weird trajectory. So, goal kick for Juve. We restart it. Little flick on from Yildiz. Trying to find Cambiasso there. Back to Yildiz. Chased down by Voivoda. Great through ball here. Can Openda get the pace? He does. He turns him. Oh, the cut back inside. The touch a little too heavy. But Miretti there in support on the ball. Earns a corner kick. Openda just about turning the corner there. Just about for Openda. Great to see you all in here as you're rocking it here. What's up, Berto? Are we all prisoners? Gondoliers. Gondoliers. Corner taken. Oh my God. Nothing doing there. Easily cut out by Como, but Locatelli then puts us back in possession. Inside now. And there's Yildiz with a drive, and that one's parried away. It's going to be a throw-in deep on the far end. Our right flank on the rebound there. Yildiz didn't think twice about that one. Absolutely hammers it. Got the collar popped, eh? Let's go. Collar popped. Jersey tucked. Fabregas shouting orders. McKennie's going to look to take this throw in long. You've got Gatti in there. Kelly, Thuram, some big boys. Goes towards Gatti. He cannot flick this one on into the hands of Butez. Locatelli cleans that one up. As Lacuna applying pressure there. This one at the back here. Working their way to the side. Como. Smolcic. Voivoda. Into the center. And Locatelli cleans it up from Duvikas. And then there's a foul. So Juve is going to be able to restart on the free kick. Oh yeah, stomped on by Smolcic. Restarts on. Kelly takes it short to Di Gregorio. We're 6 minutes in here. 0-0. Kelly now up for Colt Miners. Colt Miners into Thuram. Over to Kelly. Now to Locatelli. Over to Gatti. Trying to play it quickly in for Openda. Didn't get to it. Oh, and then we miss Miretti on the follow through. Ball hits Doveri, so he's going to allow Como to restart. Perone there for the restart. Kempf to the outside for Valle. Inside, D'Acunha. Buterina. Ramon to Duvikas. It goes all the way back to Kempf. Valle, Kakare trying to get it into Duvikas. Duvikas trying to turn, line up a shot. Colt Miner steps into it, but he only clears it as far as Smolcic. Little battle on the side ensues. Cambiasso wins it to Thuram. Yildiz into Thuram. He's trying to dribble his way out of like 3 defenders. Can't do it. Oh, Yildiz a little bit too much there. Had a chance to release Miretti there, but the ball would have had to be popped over the top. Yildiz takes a little bit of a knock there. Juve can regroup. If you go back to the first meeting with Como there, and obviously Paz was in there and he played a part, had an impact. His cross on a short corner, terrible coverage. We were very, very poor. We've made some improvements since that point in the season when it comes to set pieces, but first one back post uncovered goal for Como, and then second one was later in the game just on a counter. as we were pushing forward, looking for goals. Got caught with numbers, and hell of a finish there from Paz. So it's not that they took the game to us. It was a situation where Juve wasn't finding the breakthrough offensively. Can't be the story today. Got to take care of business. 8 minutes, 24 seconds in, 0-0. Not a whole bunch in it so far. Voivoda had to step off for a second. Play has resumed. Kelly's going to step forward, give it to Locatelli. He's going to pass it to Thuram. Thuram now going over the top, looking Openda's way, but the pass had a little too much heat into the hands of Butez. Now he's going to roll it out. You got Kempf on it. Carrying it forward. Tries to go on the carpet. Duvicas, little touch in there, and then Thuram steps in. Kakare comes in to clean it up. Loca steps in now. Cambiasso heads it back. What the heck, Cambiasso? Dude, Cambiasso and the brains, man. What are you doing there? We come away with a foul. Again, it's on Yildiz. And we could restart, but jeez, Cambiasso. That thing is bouncing up and you put your defenders under. Cope Miners took a swipe at it. Como's going to lobby for this. But there's a foul on Yildiz. Gio says Cambiasso needs to be investigated for match fixing. I am now convinced. That's just shocking. And yeah, they're playing Yildiz very physical, Isaac. Very, very physical. We've seen teams start to do that. We called it earlier on in the year when he was red hot that like sooner or later teams are going to start game planning there, and we're going to have to get other guys stepping up and find ways to get him into space and areas to do damage. But in this 3-4-2-1, he tends to not be so tight to the flank. And we already saw him get an opportunity where he can take a shot. Cope Miners and Yildiz with an exchange. Now back for Kelly. Now over to Gatti. Inside for Moretti. Being chased down. Trying to get the ball out of his feet here. A little bit slow here. Cope Miners can only go back for Kelly. To Thuram. To Gatti. Gatti up the flank for Wes. Oof, getting pressed. That's a terrible ball from Wes. Duvicas on it now, running back at Juve. Over to the side. Voivoda fakes a shot. There's a hit. Oh my God. And Digre can't keep that out. You've got to be joking me, man. You've got to be joking me, man. This is unbelievable to me, man. You get a hand to it, you got to stop it, dude. You got to stop that. Like, when it rains, it pours around this team, man. This is unbelievable. When it rains, it pours around this team. This guy can't... He can't stop anything now. Cheap goals. Why can we not stop allowing cheap goals? A slight deflection from Moretti. The slightest. But my God, man. The trajectory doesn't change drastically. 1-0 down, 12 minutes in. I cannot believe this, man. There's nothing you could say about this. Like, the slightest of deflections, and he's just done as a keeper. And it's just a brain-dead error on the giveaway from McKennie, too. Like, you had time to just throw it back. It's just, we have to stop the cheap goals. They cannot stop allowing cheap goals. Moretti and the Cope Miners back to Kelly. Has Locatelli to his right. And he decides he wants to try and thread the needle. He's beat. Pass behind Duvicas. Di Gregorio had to come into action. He had Locatelli to his right the entire time, screaming for the ball. Kelly tries to thread the needle himself, and we lose it. Here's a long ball. Look at McKennie's way. Chested down. Trying to beat Valle. And Valle, a last-ditch effort. Clears it. Locatelli picks it up. Trying to beat his man to the outside. Gets it deep. Tries a cross in there. And it's blocked. And now Como will clear. But a little touch there. Thuram now recovers for Juventus. Juve back in possession. Errant pass there from Miretti. And now Como on the ball. Oh, man. Unreal. Unbelievable, man. I mean, said in my prediction, I just don't have faith that we keep clean sheets. Way too many mistakes over this run of 6 matches where you've only got 1 win. Too many bad goals. Thuram's on it here. Dude, they're all over you. Like, you guys, wake up. Pick up the tempo, the urgency. Let's go. These guys think they're going to have time. Como on the ball here. Oh, man. You know what? Sorry, everybody. I just noticed. I put the score down, wishing it was us on the board. It's Como. Let me fix that. Como knocking it about. Get these numbers up. Start pressing. We need the ball, boys, okay? Like Como come in and play our type of game the way we need to be playing in our house. Come on. Let's go. Press, press. You know that's what Como loves. They'll knock it about. They'll use 5 in build-up, and they want to just open up that avenue, that lane. Butez on the ball. There's absolutely no pressure from Juve. Guys, come on. Crowd starting to send some whistles out there. Like, let's go. 1 pass to the outside. Now up the sideline. Buttarina. He's going to go inside. Perone's on it. Trying to find Kakare in there. He's trying to get the ball away, but Locatelli and Thuram close him down. Force back. Kempf now to the outside for Como. Force back again to Kempf. It's going to go back to their keeper, Butez. Cambiaso on the throw here for Juve. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're 1-0 down this early at home to Como. And yet again, a mistake punished. And yet again, Di Gregorio in question. There's a strip. Yield is now running away with it. Openda's gone offside. Flags down because he waited it out. Doveri talking to Dacunia there on the foul on Openda. Got a free kick here. We're sending bodies forward. Locatelli standing over it. Coat Miner's there next to him. Even Cambiaso there. Ciao, ciao, Dan. Great to see you in here. Atsiru saying these shirts look damn awful. They do. And we take it short. Crosses it over for Coat Miners. Closed down by Kakare. Back to Locatelli. Now over for Cambiaso. He's going to tee up a cross. Coming in here, and it's easily cleared. Not a quality cross there from Cambiaso. Loca recovers. Back to Cambiaso. And now that one's better. Just misses Openda. Kempf gets ahead to it, and Butez able to collect it for Como. This one pumped forward. That's one back by Juve. Little touch in from Openda to Miretti. Miretti trying to find Thuram there. Thuram keeps it away from Voivoda. Now to the outside. Cambiaso's on there. Cuts inside. Dishes it to Yildiz. To Kelly. To Locatelli. Thuram wide left now. Loca wants some movement. Gives it to Cambiaso. To Thuram. Back to Locatelli. Now over for Gatti. Miretti drifting to the flank. Need that center presence. Here's Openda on it here. Does everything he can just to keep possession. To Loca now. Now over for Cope Miners. Inside. Yildiz. Little touch to Thuram. Thuram now going to drive. Back out to Yildiz. Yildiz. Inside for Cambiaso. Little touch to Openda. Openda with the shot. Wide of Butez's goal. It's going to be a goal kick for Como. That's better from Juve. I'll say that. That's better. Not sure the words there from Doveri to Butez, but he's unhappy with something. Probably the amount of time wasting already happening. 20 minutes into a game, they're 1-0 up. Because the crowd's letting them have it. A little touch back to Butez there. We need to press them because while that's how they want to work their offense and to gain field possession, that's also how you can hurt them. You got to create some turnovers with them deep in their area. Voivoda now on the outside for Como. Just crosses the half line, pulls up, drops it back. Peroni on it now for Como. In the half circle. Being watched by Thuram. Forced over for Kempf. Kempf now. To Tacunye. To Valle. To Kakare. Valle now. Back for Kempf. Kakare collects. Tacunye. To Kempf. To Ramon. Ramon inside there. Kakare up forward for Duvicas, and that is too far for him. Di Gregorio collects. Immediately rolls it out for Cope Miners. Carries forward. Gives it to Cambiaso. He pulls up. Gives it to Cope Miners. Now back for Kelly. Juve 1-0 down. 21 minutes. 30 seconds. Or through the first. Kelly now going Route 1. Trying to find Openda. That's a good ball. Oh, Openda can't put it past Butez. Oh my goodness. What an opportunity. You couldn't have that weight any better on the ball through, and Openda just can't put that past. Oh my goodness, that's a great ball. Man, just he's going to be flat there. Just take a touch beyond, man. You're alone. Openda now trying to head this one down. Miretti trying to do battle. Locatelli steps in into Openda. Tries to play it back in the mixer. Loca now on it. Everyone's congested. Openda's doing battle there. Oh. And in comes Valle. Heads it back to Butez. Cambiaso collects in the center here. Plays it back for Kelly. Juve on possession here. 22 minutes, 47 seconds. Down 1-0. To Locatelli. Back to Kelly. For Cope Miners. To Kelly. And he's going to start driving it forward. Drops it off for Yildiz. Working against Voivoda. Inside to Miretti. Little touch back to Cope Miners. Now up forward, Kelly. Back for Miretti. Guys, quick, come on. Get those legs going. We're just staring. Gatti to the outside for McKennie. To Ram. To Cope Miners right against that left flank. To Ram. To Kelly. Miretti. Over to Turam. Go for Kelly. Oh, little touch there. Short for Turam. Had to come in to get it. And then his pass was cut off. But Gatti shields off. Butarina. And we can recover. Kelly's on the ball for Juve. Co Miners making a move up that left flank. Little touch into Miretti. Now to Yildiz, who's central. To Miretti. Yildiz trying to go back post like a flat-footed cross to Gatti there. And now they got numbers coming right back at us. Running at us here. Drifted off for Valle. Shot, and that's a big block there. Holy smokes, man. Too slow in the final third. Everybody watching. A flat-footed cross when you have numbers at the back there ain't the play by Yildiz there, man. You don't just float one there and they cut it off and they're immediately at us. We even had one of the center backs up there in Gatti. Like, if you're going to send it in, it's got to be dangerous. It's got to be going in behind the defense. Like, it's got to be going to that back post and we need to be running onto it. Not a floater. Here's a corner for Como. And that's cleared by McKennie only as far as D'Acunha. Now he's going to pop it right back over the top. And it bounces. Di Gregorio collects. The way he's been playing, you might have to count that as a save. Cambiasso now. Carrying up that left sideline. Keeps carrying it. Little challenge from Voivoda. He stops now into Turam. Turam. Oh, little touch in there. Great play by Turam. One touch inside, right-footed. Little poke forward for Openda, left-footed, but he couldn't extend for it to settle it and maybe lay it back in the path of Turam. But that's what you got to do. We need to work off those guys up top and play some 1-2s. You got to mix it up. If you're too predictable, you're not going to get anywhere with any of these sides. Cambiasso and Di Gregorio with an exchange. Now it gives it to Kelly. He's got space to carry forward. Pulls up, gives it to Turam. Now to Cope Miners against that left touch line. Back to Di Gregorio. To Kelly. Into Miretti. Drops it off for Cope Miners. Back inside for Kelly. Miretti has drifted to the left side. Wants the ball, but we're not even looking that way now. Turam trying to go over the top for McKennie. Can't keep that one in. A little too much heat on it there. 27 minutes. We got guys warming up already. Boga, Kostic, Jagrova, Adzic, Jonathan David, who is in the squad list for today. Como pumping the ball up the top. Gatti steps forward, wins it. It's into McKennie. Now to the sides. Locatelli. Locatelli into the middle. Gatti turns. Trying to line up a shot. Kakare comes in, cleans it up. It is going to be a corner kick one. He was trying to tee up a shot. You could feel it that he was wanting to drive one of those. Has a hard shot. Accuracy could be all over the map. Corner kick here. Let's see if we can get on this. Come on, lads. Miretti set to take. No, Colt Miner steps in. This one's a floater easily into the hands of Butez. Not a quality corner. And they're going route one. Cambiaso battling with Dacunia. He does come away with it. Has an easy pass to Di Gregorio, which he takes. There's another save for Di Gregorio. Locatelli. Gatti's on it here. Miretti, oh, trying to put that ahead in the path of Openda. I think he was going to be called offside there, but we won't know. It's a pass too far, cut off by Butez. Kelly cuts that one off nicely. Colt Miner's on it, plays it to the back here. Gatti's on it. Thuram just ahead of him wants it. He collects. Scanning. Now to the outside for McKennie. Settles it, goes back to Thuram. Nowhere really to go for the outsides. And now, long ball, looking forward there. It's settled. No support there. Easily collected by Como. It's Perrone now to the outside for Valle. Back inside for Perrone. Twisting and turning in the middle of the park. Back for Ramon. Ramon back for Butez. They have Smolcic there on the side. He collects with some space. Cambiaso moves forward to watch him. Up ahead for Voivoda. That's cut off by Colt Miners. Cambiaso on it now. Inside for Yildiz. Pressure coming from Como. Loca on it now. There you go, forward for Miretti. Miretti in the area here on the left. No, too slow. They closed Miretti down quickly, won it back. Kelly collects for Juve. To Thuram. Now inside, Yildiz. Back outside for Kelly. Locatelli right next to him. Guys, move around. Holy hell. Colt Miners, little flick forward off of Kakare. This is going to be a throw-in for Juventus. Cambiaso set to take. Half an hour into this one. Juve's 1-0 down. A disgusting goal to concede in a game where you need 3 points. Locatelli now trying to get this one forward. Missing McKennie and Miretti. Cut off by Como. Now in their possession. Kempf on it. Over to Ramon. Next to nothing for pressure from Juve here. Openda starts to get the legs churning a bit. Miretti closing down on Kempf. Valle. Up the side. And back to Valle. To Kempf. In the middle, Kakare. And he plays it out for Smolcic. Back to Ramon. Como's happy with this. They want you to open up. They want you to press a bit. But guess what? You kind of have to. Kind of have to after that early goal conceded. Errant pass there. Misses Smolcic. And now Juve's going to get a throw in right at half. Taken inside for Locatelli. Now he gives it to Gatti. Gatti's got space ahead of him to at least hit the halfway line. Drops it off for Kelly. Now to the outside for Cambiaso. He's got nowhere to go. We're labeling everything. By the time they get there, we can't even take a look up. Here's Locatelli. Slot for Thuram. Does well. Steps inside. Great touch there. Still moving to the outside. Inside for McKennie. Little touch to the outside. Miretti's on it here. Here's a cross. That's a good one. Oh, and it's headed back towards Butez by Como, but it crosses the line. It's going to be a corner kick here. There's barely anything there. This guy's down as if he's shot. Get up, man. Get up. Locatelli's not happy about something. He's talking to Doveri about it. Little play into McKennie. Little touch out for Miretti. We got a corner kick here. See if we can latch onto it. Here's a delivery. Oh, short side. Openda was there. Can't direct that thing towards goal. Como trying to hit back immediately. Butarina making a big run. And that's cut off by Yildiz. Tracking back and earns a foul. Great stuff from Yildiz, man. Kills himself on the backtrack there. That's just hard work. And now he's down again. Butarina, now get the fuck up, you guys. Get up. The fuck. Baturina getting some treatment there. Play restarts. Kelly's on the ball for Juve. We're at 34 minutes, 30 seconds into this first half. Be nice to get one. Come on, get one in this first half, lads. Let's go. Gatti to Miretti. Over to Locatelli. Now quickly sent over for Thuram. He's going to drive ahead with a little bit of space that he has. Drops it off for Yildiz. Over to Locatelli. To Miretti. Going back post, but too close to Butez. And he hits the turf. Holy shit. Are we in the 88th minute all of a sudden? We in the 88th all of a sudden? Oh, man. Oh my God, Duvicas turns on Kelly, but Kelly comes back, recovers well. Ball rolls easily to Di Gregorio's hands. He quickly rolls it out for Miretti. Miretti making a move forward. All options just take away. You can't just run away. You got to still be an option for him. Gatti's on it here. God, everybody just runs away. Give him an option. Kelly, over to Cope Miners. Inside now for Loca. Starts to carry it forward. Little touch inside. Cambiasso loses it, but Yildiz can pounce on it. His touch too close to Smolcic. It's cleared. Now Juve collects. Played back. Kelly on it to Cope Miners. Oh, you lets it run thinking he could catch it before it goes out. It's going to be a Como throw. Sloppy, sloppy shit. Sloppy, sloppy shit. Best chance of the game has fallen to Juve, and that was Openda. And yet we're down. That's been the story over a while now. Cambiasso to throw him back to Cope Miners. Ooh. What on earth, lads? Ooh, off the bar, guys. The mistakes that we make, boys. I have no words for this sloppy football. I have no words for this shit. Use your brains. Use your brains. What are you doing? Dear God. Gatti, get that ball out of your damn feet. To McKennie. Slid ahead here. Yildiz pops it over the top. Nobody back post. Thuram's going to collect now. Can keep Como pushed back. Thuram working on Voivoda and has it off of him. It is going to be a corner kick for Juve. Let's go, lads. Jesus, almost falling down 2 at home to Como in the first half. Corner, back post, and Butez the only one there. Smolcic up forward. Duvikas working against Cope Miners here. Plays it into the middle. Finds Kakare back in the path. Voivoda. And there's a cross. Oh my God. Luckily he made a mistake there. Perron now trying to curl one back post. Oh my God. They had an opportunity to bury one right there. Collecting that ball 7 yards from goal. Guys. The nerves are ramping up now. They can't handle the nerves right now. Openda, little flick onto the side. Cambiasso running onto it. Go, man. Go. Don't slow up. Go. Yield is on it now. Cope Miners. Oh my God. Cope Miners. Jesus. Holy man. Garbage passing. Like, get it to your man. I can't believe Valle missed the ball completely, man. That is just wild to me. Launched here by Butez. Heading out towards that flank. Cambiasso's going to block off Voivoda. And Voivoda's down. Every player's going to now sit down for... Like, Doveri, come on, man. Seriously. Every single play now. Get up or get off the fucking pitch. Seriously. Oh my God. Giveaways. Giveaways. Left, right, and center. Locatelli wins it back for you. He's absolutely surrounded. Does find it back to Gatti. Plays it forward now. Openda barely gets it over to McKennie. McKennie now makes a move into Loca. We're offside. Huh. Jeez. This ain't working. And it's not a surprise. It's just guys that are coming in just aren't doing anything. And again, you have guys that just... The mistakes. The brains. If David... Whatever David can give you, put him in there. Chico will probably have to come in for Miretti. Actually, you know what? Get David in there for whatever he can give you. Bring Boga on and put Yildiz where Miretti is. Voivoda. Kempf. Vale, moving inside. Little touch. Baturina. Moving forward. And that's chested down to Di Gregorio. No, you can't call that. Come on. Jesus. Oh, inside Cambiasso. Working with Yildiz. Oh, tries to force it. Cut off. Taram gets called for the foul, stepping in there on Kakade. Knock to the outside. Baturina carrying it forward. Drop back. And here we go. Big switch field over for Vojvoda. Played forward. Why is Smolcic all alone? Close down now to the top. Perone across. D'Acunha. Perone now. Dribbles it out. Drops it back. Vale on it. Smolcic again. Now to Vojvoda. Closing in on the 45th minute, and Como just knocking it about on a 1-0 lead, pressing forward, looking dangerous. We look suspect every time they're in and around our area. That's a reality. Here we go. Up forward, Duvicas, inside, Kakare. Little touch to Baturina. Tried to slip it through there. It's blocked. Vale now. Back to the outside. Vojvoda on it. He'll touch in and Yildiz comes in to help. And we're trying to play dangerously. Why are you doing that? Big challenge in from Locatelli. Tells him to get up. There's nothing there and these guys are just flops, man. Absolute flops. Four minutes of added time. Juve's down 1-0. Red card for one of Como's staff members. Looks Finocchio, if you ask me. Loca now to the outside. Yildiz dribbling. Now switching the field, trying to find Cope Miners. Little touch over for Cambiaso. It's closed down. Inside Medetti, quick touch to Yildiz. Yildiz slots it through for Openda. Think he's offside. In for Cambiaso, and the cross doesn't get to anybody, and it's offside in the end. Como keeping that line tight. Move Yildiz in the center of this fucking pitch. Just start there. Get Boga in there. And you're probably going to have to put David in there. Butez. Locatelli's livid with how far back certain guys were on the press. Non-existent press. Now Como's back. D'Acunha to the outside. Here's a cross coming in. Headed down. And it goes wide of Di Gregorio's goal. This is just miserable. Miserable watch. Miserable first half for Juve. Absolutely miserable. The game is contested. There's no control. There's not really much cohesion. Medetti's just dribbling everywhere and then just can't lay that to a player. And they cut it off. Kakare now on it. Twisting and turning. One pass. Voivoda to the outside, being watched by Cambiaso. Inside. Baturina. Now laid in front for Peroni. That's a handball on Duvicas. This is probably going to end the first half here, and thank God. Get out of this first half. Try and regroup. Try and make some changes that can help things, but this is just disaster. Disaster. Kelly. To Loca. Back to Kelly. To Co-Miners. Blow it dead. End this. End this. Thank you. Thank you. End it. Unbelievable, everybody. Unbelievable. Holy smokes, man. Okay. I'm going to break this thing down the best we can here. The best we can. Shocking stuff, though. Shocking stuff. Statistically speaking, in that half of football, 51% possession, the slight favor to Juventus. 3 total attempts from Juve. Nowhere near good enough for an entire half of football. We did have one big chance. Guess what? Como had a couple big opportunities. They had 6 attempts. They did find a goal, and big surprise, actually not surprising to anybody. It's a brutal goal conceded by Juventus. Absolutely brutal goal conceded by Juventus once again. The errors. We are just unable to stop these piss poor goals that we're conceding. If you're looking at the lineup and ratings, Di Gregorio 6.1. He cannot be even. If you start at 6, you cannot be at 6.1 because you have to keep that one out of your damn net. It changes the game. Gives Como the ability to be as calm as they want on the ball at the back in their normal buildup and allow us to be the ones that rush so that they can find space in behind us. And as time goes on, we're going to look even more and more nervous at the back because we're playing with fire. And on top of that, these guys are still brain dead in so many ways with the way we are playing. When the play is safe and to just get it out and then try and press and get that ball back, we would rather piss the ball around at the back with some of the worst passing I've ever seen, or sending suicide balls to, at one point, our goalkeeper, rather than just take the smart fundamental play. It's absolutely infuriating. Gatti 6.3, Kelly 6.9, Cope Miner 6.5, McKenny 6.3, Turam 6.5, Loca 7.4, Cambiaso 6.4, Yildiz 7.1, Openda 6.5, Meretti 6.4. Man, when the best opportunity that you created came from a pass at the back from Lloyd Kelly, that tells you everything about your game in the final third and your buildup. It is broken right now. And I'm going to be an absolute broken record, but Yildiz has to be in the central for the second half of this game. I would get Meretti out. I would move Yildiz into the middle. I would bring Boga on. And I would probably bring David on for Openda because Openda's movement just ain't there. He's just, when you're looking for that option, when you're looking for somebody to play off, he just ain't there. And Thuram's trying to do it a couple times. Yildiz needs to get central so he could be the one attempting to do these. You have to bring on more. McKenny has been a non-factor because of having to work from the outside, and he just can't find that happy medium of affecting the attack while still clamping down some stability. So it's just, there's too many things going on here right now, but you've got to be more aggressive for the ball. You got to fight for more of the ball if you're going to try to break these guys down. They are going to make some mistakes. You have to force those mistakes though. If we're going to wait for them to just happen, guess what? You're going to end up having to go the distance of the pitch from the top of the 18 all the way back. And that's what I've always said we need to do when we're on control of the ball, is push teams back and make them have to go the distance. These guys are they are reacting quickly. Como is when it comes to the transition, because the second that they cut a ball off, they are gone, even on corner kicks. So they're working their asses off. We have to match them. We have to match them in the second half. But you got to have some type of idea of how you want to attack them. For me, it's like, get Yildiz central, play 1-2s, try to find some breakthroughs to get a little bit in behind, and then take some damn shots. But right now, Yildiz is the only one. He took a shot from 24 yards out. That's about it. Everything else has just been lame crossing, you know? Or, like I said, that one-off pass where Kelly just puts a dime out there for Openda, tried to flick it on and couldn't. But this goal conceded is absolutely shambolic from Juve. Co-Miners heads out to block, bites, gets flat-footed. A slight deflection on the shot, but Di Gregorio, man, that's got to stay out. Got to stay out. There's no defending on this one. Even with that slight deflection, there is no defending on that. You get that much arm, hand, whatever, wrist to it, you got to keep it out, period. So very, very infuriating there. Storm the barn. Fire away, you guys. Fire away. Why isn't Perin warming up? Because he is worse and has been worse. I feel like it's the same. It's just a different battle. Jesus, Berto, we're getting worse. We're in a funk of funks right now. Holy smokes. And they just can't dig themselves out of it. They're in a funk and they just can't dig themselves out of it. This difficult stretch has just proven to just destroy us. You can't rotate. You got barely any help from these guys coming off the bench, and we're struggling. We're struggling. We need a big second half. A big second half turnaround. Hopefully the guys can put it together. Hopefully they can put it together. Big differences. Juve first intention with the ball is to pass back. Como first intention is to go forward. Options. I've said this a ton. When we were cooking, okay, with Spalletti, and we were doing well, the off-the-ball movement was phenomenal. These guys, these ball carriers had options. Right now, we are slowly reverting back to the same funk that all these guys fall into that we've seen over these past few years, and that is slowing down tremendously, and they stop running their legs. Does that have to do with the fact that bench options can't help a lot? But there's a lot of watching. Like, there's just way too much standing around and watching. And we're trying to build up, and guys are advancing way too far. And take your time. Build up together. But we're not. The gaps are still very, very large between that little shift from midfield to attack. There's gaps everywhere. It's too slow. It's labeled. It's predictable. Gotta get the legs working. Gotta get those legs going. Just have to. We're slower. We're slower. Call it the competition, the extra call it whatever you want. But that's why, like, you gotta be able to rotate. You gotta be able to get fresh legs in. But our guys aren't bringing anything. They're doing the same thing. These guys, some of these guys have no excuse to be standing around watching. A guy like Moretti needs to get active, needs to get moving, but with him, you got a different struggle. And with him, it's just the passing has not been to the level it needs to be. Too many cheap, soft, muffin passes that get cut off. He's not the only victim of that in that first half either. It's got to be crisp. The game needs to be played fast and sharp. Too slow. Tale as old as time. First grade football mistakes. Not stopping the ball. Giving the middle. Beat near post. Throw-ins into pressure. Hospital balls to our goalie. I don't care that we're losing. It's errors. I mean, I do care drastically, but you're absolutely right. It's just errors everywhere. Errors everywhere. There's so many goals. Okay? So many goals that we concede that just should not be happening. It's insane the amount of errors. Spalletti has been recording nothing but miles his last few appearances. Poor passing aside, why do you think he's been a ghost? I have no idea. Like, this is the part that bothers me with these players is they have absolutely zero consistency, man. At the start of the season, he's making good, solid showings, finding ways to be effective and smart and sharp and just like, okay, he can push for that starting spot. Then it doesn't come, it doesn't fade, and then every time you see him, it's just like a guessing game as to, is he going to be able to help us out? Is he going to be able to have an impact? It's just guesswork. And it's not just guesswork with him. Sadly, it's become guesswork with guys that have to be in that 1A lineup as well. And some of those guys in that 1A lineup might actually just be run ragged and actually at the end of their miles before needing a break. And the sad thing is you can't afford to do it. That's the crazy thing. That's the reality we're in. Some of these guys they just look ragged, like just run ragged. It's frustrating. But I have no idea with Miretti. I have no idea how you could show the showings you did earlier on and then just go to this. There's just no consistency. Goalkeeper should be our second priority after a center back. With this one today is just terrible, and if it keeps going like this, I mean, the priority is going to continue to climb. But I'll be quite honest, man, you could make an argument now that you have 3 top priorities, all of the same level. You can make that argument, seriously. These jerseys are fitting today because we robbed all the fans in the stadium of their hard-earned money after that first half performance. That is accurate. That is accurate. This is disgusting to watch. It's disgusting to watch. But yeah, you have trying to list out you have way too many priorities. Your back line is a top priority. You need certain profiles as striker. That's a high priority because you're going to need 2. Unless you re-sign Vlahovic, then you'll need 1. But also, if you end up moving David to make deals, you're going to need another 2. The left side, I can't stress enough how our left side gets absolutely torched all the time. All the time. You need a strong player on the left side. And that goes for your center back position. It also goes for your outside position. There's a lot of priorities. And yes, you could throw goalkeeper in there because this is crazy. Crazy. This is, I have no words to watch shit like that. Like, how do you lose all those positives in such a short time frame? How do all those positives disappear? Like, we talked about it throughout that period of time. And you saw that guys were coming in. They were doing okay in some change-ups. But, man, you knew it was tight for Spalletti as far as the roster goes. But a drop like this is crazy to me. I have no words. I have no words for the drop. And if the schedule is a problem, guess what? Then your priorities open up even bigger because we want guys that can play in 3 competitions. We want to be playing that much football. The fitness, the conditioning department, like if you know you're that tight, if Spalletti actually does feel like he has such little, if he feels like he has such little in terms of depth and whatever, and I would agree with him there, you have to make it up on the back end of things. You have to make it up on the backside through your training, through your preparations for the games. So I have no idea, but we're starting to look really run down with the key guys. And It's the only thing I could say. Like, if you're talking about the mistakes ramping up to an insane degree, it's just burnt out. But some guys have no excuse. Colt Miners has no excuse. He's been coming off the bench for a while now. You have no excuse to make the mistakes that you make. McKennie got caught in that first half on that goal in the turnaround there. And you know what? McKennie's been playing non-stop. But some of these guys have no excuse, and Miretti has no excuses for the mistakes. And we're going to see Spalletti. I think Spalletti's making some changes. I'd be shocked if he didn't. But chat, what do you want to see for changes? Skippy asks, are we Milan of last season? We look like we could fall to 8th or 9th in the league. Right now, it's looking ugly. Like, it is looking ugly. Again, the positives that were coming from the football are starting to drift and fade away, and that's scary. That's the scary part. Got to get back to the good football we were playing at the proper level. Intensity, urgency. Fight for that ball. Want to be the team on that ball. Want to be dictating the game. Got to get back to that. Credit to Como. I mean, we know what Como can do. We know how they play. We know that they believe in their style of football and they'll play it wholeheartedly, right? And it's creating problems, but you've got to be prepared. You're in your house. You have to be ready for that pace, that tempo. But maybe, just maybe, bringing on Cabal's never an upgrade. I want to bench Colt Miners, but Cabal is trash. Like, and this is where you get into the issues, right? The teams are ready to come out for the second half action. Let's see what decisions he makes. You know what I would do? I'd take Miretti out. I'd slide Yildiz in there. It looks like Chico Conceição's coming onto the pitch. Is that the only change Spalletti makes? Whatever David can get you, I'd put him in there. And I'll tell you right now, if you're starting to think about this game right now, and you've got eyes on maybe preserving guys for Galatasaray, Serie A points are needed. We are desperate for these points. Take care of business. Worry about that. Cross that bridge when you get there. That's already going to have to be a remontada and a half. Miretti's coming off. Chico Conceição is going to come on. That's one change that I'm okay with, but I think you need to make more. I'll be quite honest. Getting ready for second half, everybody. Hopefully we got some goals in this one, Juve. Come on. We're going to start throwing Mac maybe into the area and let Chico work on the outside. We'll see. Second half kicks off, and here we go, everybody. Fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. Let's take care of business. Ball's at the back, Ramon. Butez now bombing it forward. Kelly chests it down. McKennie now pops it forward, just throwing it around. Kelly now heads it forward. Openda trying to apply a little pressure on Ramon. They're trying to play. See, like, press them. Like, they want to always play with the ball. They don't just usually launch it forward and whatnot. Try to make some mistakes happen. The Cunha plays it back. Kempf. Drops it back for Butez. Come on, boys. Let's go. We need this ball. Butez now, route one. Over the head of Gatti. McKennie comes back, heads it back safely to Di Gregorio. There's a save. Colt Miners on it. Kelly. Over to Gatti. Gatti in our area with the ball, carrying it forward a bit. Guys, remember what I was telling you just right at half? Legs moving, becoming options. Every ball carrier should have multiple options. Let's go. Get this ball moving. Fucking Cambiasso misses our players by a mile. Now Como on the ball here. For Valle. Exchange between him and D'Acunha. Now back, Baturina. D'Acunha with an exchange. Let's go, lads. Jeez, come on. Get the legs going. Look at the space here. Kakare, top of the area. Luckily, it's a terrible pass. What are we doing? Why is that the play, Thuram? Foul earned by Yildiz. What? Why is that the play, Thuram? He's absolutely under. Foul there. McKennie quickly restarts. Up to Chico. Chico working against Valle. Cuts to the outside. Little 1-2. Oh my God. Chico just missing Mac inside. That was worked well. Worked well. Como clears. Kelly's going to retain. That's better. That's the type of shit you need to do. And Yildiz staying in the middle here. Now back outside to Chico. There you go, guys. Come on. These guys playing off each other. Chico cuts inside. Shot short side. Stopped by Butez. The sad reality is we've created, two sequences faster than we did in the last 25 minutes of the first half. That's insanity. Come on, you guys. Kakare. Ramon. Into Perone. Perone. To Valle. Outside Baturina. Now back Perone again. Pass kept in by Valle. Now to the back, guys. You got to ramp it up here. Get this ball back. Come on. Got to push your numbers forward. Locatelli's all the way up at the top, trying to force his keeper to get rid of it. Colt Miners a little back heel. Yildiz on it. Now Loca trying to pop this over the top. Openda leaves it for Cambiasso there. Tries to claim a touch on Ramon there. Guys, read this ball, man. Come on. Why does nobody run on that ball? Why on earth? Butez now. And Kakare's alone in there. Guys, press forward. Win this ball. Duvikas now. Running against Colt Miners to the outside for Smolcic. Smolcic. Cross coming in. There it is. Headed away. Chico now. Shove in the back by Valle. Easy call there for Doveri. McKennie. Back for Gatti. Up ahead for Chico. Little touch in. Openda settles it into Yildiz, but he's offside. $50 minutes, 37 seconds. 1-0 for Como. Played for Duvikas now. Cross comes in. It gets through. Oh my God, you guys. Let go minors, man. You just settle the fucking thing. Lucky that guy wasn't a couple steps ahead. He's got a tap in there. We are suspect as hell at the back, man. Every single sequence could end in a goal. Corner finds its way all the way to the far side. Here's a back post cross. All alone. Big block there. Huge block there by Gatti, but the warning shots keep getting fired. My goodness, you guys. Back post header, free and clear. Comes back into the mixer. Luckily, we're all there in a wall to block it. Cambiasso can't even trap this. You're a professional footballer. You play this fucking game every day of your life, okay? A ball is sent to you from the opposite fucking half, and you cannot trap it without fucking pressure on you. Unbelievable. Nerves, anxiety. And Kelly just gives it right back to them, boys. Jesus Christ. They give up the fucking ball, and we give it right back to them. Can we just use our fucking heads, boys? Can you have a little bit of resolve? You're only down one. Oh, Loca, and this is in a good spot. The lack of resolve in this squad right now is just absolutely insane. You win the ball back at half. You have time to settle that. Take a look, and Kelly just pumps it right back to them. And they come back with two passes. Two passes, and they're in a great spot now for a free kick. It's crazy. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous fucking football. Shit fucking football. This isn't a great spot. Dacuna's lining this thing up. Batorina's there as well. Wall set up. Di Gregorio can't stop a fucking beach ball right now. There it is, and it's over. 54 minutes, 40 seconds, 1-0 down to Como. Kenny and Di Gregorio with an exchange. Di Gre now launching this one. Openda trying to go up and do paddle, and it's a foul. And it's an easy foul. You guys... You're getting frustrated, and you gotta fucking stop it because you need to win this game. There's a shit ball across. Cambiasso cuts it off and then throws a suicide ball. Yildiz still deals with it. Beats one man. Now switches the field, but can't get it there. Just play the first ball, man. The first ball was out to Chico, and then get yourself in the play. Now he's going to try to do too much. Come on, guys. Settle it down. Why are we this... Like, you're so rattled. You don't have to be this rattled. You do not have to be this rattled. Loca cuts it off, finds Chico. Cuts inside centrally. Now, spreads it over to Thuram on the left side. Up ahead for Yildiz on that touchline. Cuts inside. Oh, bad touch. And then Thuram steps in there. No foul given. Running back at us. Oh, Kelly. Woo! Just gets it to Di Gregorio. Now to Cole Miners. Space ahead of him. Como sitting back here. We have it out. Player down. It's Thuram. How's that not a foul? How is that not a foul? A lot of subs there. Adzic, Kostic, Shigrova, Bolga. Oh, yeah, and Baturina goes down. Now he wants a sub too. David warming up. I'm not waiting too long, you guys, before I make a couple more changes. Shit's got to pick up here. Are they taking Thuram? Taking him to the farthest side of the damn pitch. Couple dudes sharing a beer. That sums up this game. Why are you sharing a beer with your buddy? It's disgusting. Come on. Man up. Sack up. It's your own. Thuram. Back on the pitch. Driving up that left touchline. And then a brutal pass. Labeled. Easily cut off. Kelly. Intercepts there, long ball forward, drops it back to Cope Miners. Locatelli dropping back to be an option. Played forward for Thuram again. Look at the non-existent midfield right now, everybody. Look at the non-existent midfield right now. The gaps are disgusting. There is nowhere to go with this thing. There's no options. Loca finds McKennie, though, who's drifted inside. Up ahead. Gatti. Does have it off. Does well just to get a corner kick out of that. But it's got to be a little bit sharper up there, boys. We're forcing these guys at the back to have to thread the needle on passes just to find options. Because they're just like such dead space in the middle there. Find a goal here. Come on. Find the goal here. Get one back on this set piece and then go from there. Sergio Roberto coming in for Baturina. Yildiz on it. So is Chico. Chico runs over it. Yildiz set to deliver. Here it is. Going in. It's in a good spot. Nobody can latch onto it. Loca slides in. They got three numbers running back at us. Peroni up ahead. D'Acunha. Oh my God. There's two. Unbelievable. We're more likely to concede on corner kicks than we are to hurt the opposition. We are more likely to concede on corners than we are to score. Unfucking believable, you guys. Unfucking believable. Epic collapse. Epic collapse from this team. Epic collapse. Insane levels. Insane levels of drop. Like, it's just crazy here. Kakare with that tap in. After D'Acunha just slots it over. Unbelievable, you guys. Wow. Holy smokes. Cambiasso back for Colt Miners. Over to Kelly. Kelly over to Locatelli. Locatelli trying to go over the top now. Trying to hit McKennie on this one. He's doing battle with Kempf. Play back to Butez. He's going to go wide left. Smolcic can't keep it in play. Throwing to the back. Cambiasso to Colt Miners into Locatelli. Trying to thread the needle. That's all we're going to do now is just start force feeding things. Colt Miners over for Kelly. Gatti along this right touch line. The options are too far away. He's running away before we build up together, and then they easily cut it off. And we can't figure this out after a whole fucking half of football. 1 hour into a game, you can't realize you need to build up together? Guys, what the fuck? Don't just bolt up the fucking field. Sometimes you have to fucking play patient. Like, fuck. What good is it bolting up the fucking field if we can't get the ball to you? Locatelli up the right touchline for Gatti again. He's going to drive forward. Drifts it off to Chico on the carpet, low. Nobody there short side. Corner kick coming for Juventus. Just a horror show. Yildiz. Cross coming in. That's going back post. Headed down. It's bouncing off heads everywhere. Settles for Yildiz outside the area. Pops it up over the top. Headed by Colt Miners. Takes a touch. Goes wide. Yeah, it hits the player directly in front of Colt Miners' head. Hits the top of his head. Goal kick. "65 minutes, 2-0 down. Sub still looking on. I don't... Gatti on it now, carrying it out. Has it forward for McKennie. That's a good ball from Gatti. McKennie now quickly switches it out for Yildiz. Yildiz running at Smolcic here. Settles the ball down, cuts inside. Cuts back to the left. Has it in. Oh my God. Both McKennie and Openda just standing there. Nobody close enough to that. Try and tap it in. Thuram now inside. McKennie settles for Openda. Slightest of touches there. If he sold it at the start, maybe, but he's trying to battle through, and that's fine. Yildiz trying to work against three. Gets a free kick outside the area on the first foul. This is just disgusting. Disgusting to watch. My feed's cutting out. That might be a sign. That might be a sign, everybody. What in the fuck of a restart is this? 67 minutes, 10 seconds, 2-0. Buchez now again up that flank. Smolcic can't keep it. Thuram comes in, helps Cambiasso win the ball back. Loca now over for Gatti. Up ahead for Chico. They're all over him. Strip him. And off to the races because Gatti has advanced forward. Now laid out to Cunha. Back for him. Thuram's there to collect. Up forward for Cambiasso. Up forward for Yildiz. Moves inside of the pitch. Eats a foul there. Chico on that right. Beats Valle on the first one. Cross coming in. Nobody there. Again, to Thuram, and he takes a lash at it, but slices it high, wide, a goal. 68 minutes, 30 seconds. 2-0 Como. We just cannot find anybody on crosses. Like, it's just... Are you just throwing it in there? Are you taking a look where your guys are? Like, Yildiz is rightfully upset over the amount of fouls that are heading out. No cards given. But it is what it is. He needs to be in the middle, getting on that like that more frequently. And another errant pass. Gatti up there, caught again. Advantage given to Como. You gotta have a better idea than just bombing Gatti for the sake of bombing him. Jesus Christ. Just fire away. Get another change up happening here. Again, advancing so far before getting the ball. No options but to go backwards. Loca over to Coal Miners. Cambiasso into Thuram. Yildiz now to the outside for Coal Miners. Coal Miners looking Route 1. Way too much heat. Easily at the feet of Buchez. He's going to wait and then pick it up. This is shocking football, man. Shocking fucking football. 6 in the fucking morning for this, man. 6 in the morning for this game. Wow. Wow, you guys. Wow. You know what? Actually fitting that I said that these kits remind me of them looking like gondoliers, because that might be all these guys are cut out for. A lot of these guys, you might have a fucking future as being a gondolier from what I'm seeing today. Insane. Just no pressure. Like, guys, you're 2 down, eh? Like, are you gonna fucking try to get the ball back? Are we the ones winning? What is this shit? Let's go. We're getting fucking bossed. Get it fucking going. Loca's about to get a yellow here. And Loca's out for Roma. Nice. 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 Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Holy smokes. Guys, tell me something good you're going to do this weekend. Chat, what are you guys up to this weekend? Please tell me you're doing something good. Yes, Locatelli will miss Roma. Boga comes on for Turin. David's come on, looks like. Kemp pops this one over the top. Kakare working against Gatti here. Gatti, little stiff arm, watches it out. Goal kick. Kelly over to Gatti. Locatelli, McKennie try to work a 1-2 and it's gone. Gatti now on it. To Kelly. To Boga. Ahead for David. Ramon cuts it off to Butez. This is disgusting to watch. 15 minutes left in this horror show, everybody. Roberto, after an errant pass, does find its way back to him anyways. Now over to Valle on the side. Como comfortably in the lead. Will happily knock it about. Kill more clock. Kakare with an exchange up forward. Sergio Roberto. Back to Kakare. And now trying to slip it through for Perron. That's cut out. And now Yildiz tries to do too much. Just loses it. Holy boys. Loca wins a challenge. Wins it back. Can't keep it in play. Openda and Thuram left to make way for Boga and David. Ramon with an exchange. Kempf here to Valle. Won by McKennie. Played forward for Chico. Valle's coming in to close him down. Gets goal side. Chico cuts inside a little bit. Drops off for Locatelli. Locatelli to Chico. Working against Valle again. Just absolutely no options. Everybody's just sitting in the area waiting. Miners to the outside for Boga. for Cambiaso. To Loca, to Kelly, to Miners. Kelly to Locatelli. Trying to find it up for Gatti. Does. Stop for Yildiz. Holy shit, Yildiz. Misses Chico. Way too much heat there. Oh my goodness, lads. That is just ugly, ugly football, man. Ugly, ugly football. Keenan's on it here. Gatti. Now out for Chico. Oh. Good work by Chico to earn it back. Drops it off for McKennie here on the throw-in. Play on. Doveri says 77 minutes, 50 seconds. Mac's going to look long here for a throw. Comes in. It actually goes to the back post. Boga! And the shot's blocked. Took a while for him to tee that one up. He was waiting for the ball's trajectory to drop down for him. Yildiz back outside for Boga. Boga running into the area. Oh, he kind of jumps and allows himself to get pushed out there. It just rolls out for goal kick. Boga should have been on in the second half, man. I still say the play would have been Yildiz inside and Boga on. I know you're trying to get Chico on as well, but... Long ball by Butes. 79 minutes in. Last 11. 2-0 down to Como. Como. About to get a double on Juve this year? Jeez. Jeez. Long ball here. Kelly coming out. Di Gregorio just swats at it. Sends it back to the halfway line. Locatelli doing battle. Chico trying to possess this thing. He does. Carries away. There's a foul there. Wait, how is this Como's ball? Incredible. Unbelievable. Long ball sent forward here. Como still finds themselves on. Kirsten Peroni, miles of space in the middle. Closed down. In the end, terrible shot. Well wide and high. Cambiaso into Locatelli. Locatelli. The outside for Boga. Back to Miners. Miners switching the field up for Gatti. Yildiz to David. Back to Gatti. Into Yildiz. David, little touch into McKennie. Little touch for Yildiz. Back inside. There's a foul there. This isn't a great spot. If you had a free kick specialist, this is a beautiful spot to get this free kick. See, we need him in there. He needs to draw fouls. We need to get these free kicks. Like, out on the flank does us nothing. Does us nothing. Co-Miners, Locatelli standing over it. Neither one by any means a specialist. Co-Miners was good for them with Atalanta. He scored one for us. It was actually a wonderful free kick, a worldie. Maybe he gets one here. Scored a couple goals last game against Galatasaray. Kostic and Adzic set to come on. Cambiaso off for Kostic. Keenan Yildiz off. Taken off Yildiz, eh? And now Adzic comes in and immediately steps over this free kick, and he's having a discussion with these guys. He did the same thing on a corner kick with fucking Shigrova earlier in the season. Just get the fuck. You just stepped into the fucking game, man. Jesus Christ, this kid. And look at this. He's still moving up to the... Get the fuck off. Let the shooter take it if he's ready to take. Go Miners off the post. Fuck. Hell of a rip by Cope. Chico, that's a great ball back post, and we can't head it in. David was there. Oh. It's too little too late, though, you guys. Too little too late. That's the thing. That's a good ball by Chico. To the back post. David's in a good spot. Can't get that thing downwards towards goal. A free kick in a good spot from Yildiz earned because he's central, not out on a fucking flank. It's just... There's luxuries we don't give ourselves to help ourselves in games where we struggle. Boga very well to get out of trouble there. Here's Kelly carrying it up forward. Has Gatti to his right. Chico a little bit further ahead on that flank. Gatti pulls it back for Kelly. Kelly over to Locatelli. Loca now. Oh. Gatti puts his hand up as if he stopped the move. I don't know what the hell happened, but that's terrible. 85 minutes. 5 minutes left in this thing. Some stoppage. Familiar face, Alvaro Morata set to come in. Kakare, goal scorer coming out for Alberto. Kakare off. Alberto Moreno on. Morata set to come on. Duvakas off. Unbelievable, you guys. have no words. I have no words. How a team can lose their game so drastically. The good things. Oh, Loca just missing the run of David and McKennie, both in the mix there. Butez, get back up. It's 87 minutes. Launched in there, Kostic, finding Adzic, into Locatelli. Nicely done there. And again, he's got his arms out. He said, where's the options? Where are these guys? Just run away. Boga collects here. Oh, bad first touch there on the run, trying to get away. But oh, now David. And he gets a foul. Kelly. This is just dead. Cheers, whistles in the crowd, just dead. Now Loca's trying to just spray this thing out there. Long throw coming again from Mac here. Loca settles it back for McKennie. McKennie cross coming in, and that's easily cleared out. Nowhere near giving our guys a chance. Loca now trying to spray it back that way towards Cole Miners. It's in behind Ramon. They just let it roll out. 89th minute. This is disaster. Cole Miner close. Off the post on a free kick. It was late in the game though. Got a good cross on the rebound. Back post to David. He can't get that thing towards goal there. And it would have just set up a dogfight to the end to try and equalize. This game's been a mess. A mess. Juve nowhere near threatening enough for Como. And very suspect at the back. Very, very suspect at the back. No Bremer, no Kalulu, big problems as well. Never felt stable at the back. And up top, way too sporadic. Way too sporadic. Medetti, not effective. Yildiz trying to do way too much. It's another rather tame showing for Yildiz since the contract signing. Again. Little shove in the back there from Gatti. This guy's acting as if he's been picked off by a sniper here. You're good, bud. 5 minutes of added time. I don't think it's going to matter. You guys, sad. The energy is just, you could feel it at just a low right now out there. To believe that these guys can even get one more right now. Players look dejected on the bench. Rightfully so, man. This is just poor. Very, very poor. Ball bouncing towards Kostic here. Heads it down. Morata comes in, settles it. Going to try to just contain it in the corner. It's a goal kick for Juve. Locatelli carries it forward. Being chased down by Morata. It's a foul too on Morata there. Vantage given. Over to Kostic on the left. Jesus, these guys, like, there's no options. Everybody's just moved forward, standing in a fucking line. There's no link ups. There is no link ups to play. I'm at a loss right now, you guys. At an absolute loss that you could fall off to such depths. Just what, a couple weeks ago, you're on a run that is like second best in the entire league to the top side. And you just end up in 1 win out of 7 now. Locatelli on it. Flat line to the top. Like, there's nobody. It's just, you guys do it all by yourself back here. Chico, work against these two. Get a cross in. That's our game. Oh, that's a nice little attempt at a 1-2 between Loca and Chico. Corner kick coming here for Juve. 93 minutes, 24 seconds. There's not much in this at all left. And 2 guys are going to be over it again. Why? Just fucking send bodies there. Adzic has to come in to stand over this next to Chico. For what? Chico sends it back post. And Buttes comes out, collects. Minute 15 seconds left. Unbelievable, you guys. Oh. There are no more words. There are no more words. Epic collapse. Epic collapse on a good run. Good, very good stretch for a couple months, a few months. And it's undone here. They call the one on Mac. Back here, this will be the last sequence of the game, I'm sure. 20 seconds left. Maybe snap one back and just break the clean sheet, but that's about all that could come out of this game for Juve now. Adzic looking to send this one back post. There it is. Headed out. Valley's going to battle with Chico there. Gets a touch. Throw in. Fuck. Como doubled us. Doubled us this year. Como doubled us this year. Disgusting. Disgusting, lads. Absolutely disgusting. Pfft. Holy shit. Okay. I mean, Jesus. What a disaster. Juve finishes with 8 attempts in the second half. They had 3 attempts in the first half. So they had 11 total attempts this game, as did Como. Como had 2 big chances. Juve finished with 2 big chances. In terms of possession, 52% possession in favor of Juventus. The numbers can be so equal there. They smashed back at us with a couple goals. It felt similar in that sense to the first game. The first goal can't go in. The first goal, cannot go in. Absolutely, under no circumstances can that goal go in. It does. It plays to Como's hand, and Juve, as time goes on, just gets seemingly more anxious, and just unable to play effectively in the final third to really create enough problems for Como or to find a goal. It's just scattered. It's scattered. The spacing has become poor. We don't move our legs. All the good things we were doing for months have faded. Like, everybody's waiting, everybody's standing, everybody's watching, and a lot of guys are making a lot of silly mistakes. It's ugly. It's just straight up ugly to watch. And there's really not a whole lot else to say about this. There's absolutely nobody on Juve's pitch that could deserve a man of the match call for this game. Di Gregorio, a 6. You can't come out with a positive after that one goal. That makes things so interesting, like, for the rest of the game, that puts you in behind the 8 ball. And our corner kicks, it looked more like they were going to kill us on our corner kicks, on those counters, than we were going to score on them. And they smashed back for the second. But yeah, Di Gregorio's like, got to be a 4. Gatti 6.5. Whatever. Kelly 6.9. Cope Miner 6.4. McKenny 6.7. Thuram 6.6. Locatelli 7.5. Cambiaso 6.5. Miretti 6.4. Yildiz 7.9. Openda 6.4. I don't think anybody deserves a 1-point upgrade to a 7 in this game. What are we talking about? There's no way. You start at 6. There's a bunch of 6s out there. Nobody did anything to really advance their points. Like, it's unbelievable. Nobody deserves a 7 in this game. Nobody. Disaster. Let's get to some Storm the Barn. Oh, incredible. I was 100% we make top 4. Week by week, the chances drop for me. I was also right there with you. There's no way we're not getting top 4. Now, I have no idea, because I would have never expected such an intense drop-off to where the positives of what you were doing in your game, they have completely disappeared. Spalletti has to find a way for this team to start doing those good things again. But what is it? What is it that's causing it? Are these guys fatigued? We've rolled with the majority of the same players in and out, and you might come to a spot now where you have to play these other guys just to get these guys breaks to be effective, because what are you going to do? Keep the same lineup and keep skidding and no impact. None of that's happening. I don't know. I'm at a loss here. Now you got Galatasaray looking for this big remontada, which you've got no confidence at all going into it. It is just the complete opposite. This team has lost themselves. They need to get back to the basics, fundamentals, but they need to let their legs work. They need to let the legs do the working, and they're not. Too much standing, too much watching, huge gaps, huge spaces. It's ugly. I'm not sure about top 4 anymore. I'm not sure. It's actually easier to play in Serie A than be a licensed gondola operator in Venice. That's funny. Is this collapse as bad as last season's 0-3 and 0-4 versus Fiorentina and Atalanta? It's got shades of all the same stuff. The second the expectations ramp up, and this is the crazy thing though, is like you get this big drop, but like this team has had bounce backs. They've done the bounce back games and everything. So that's why we thought we were getting a different feeling here. This team, they can fight, they can dig down, they can get these results, but now all of a sudden you've needed a bounce back for a while and you can't get it and you can't find it. And on top of it, the mistakes, the errors. Like, oh my God, today, this one goes 1-0 to them, plays to their hand for a big chunk of the game on a goal that is easily avoidable. Easily avoidable. But if you're still looking at overall opportunities in this game, Como still had the better of the opportunities and the better of the chances. And that's because we had slightly more possession, but we weren't dangerous enough. It's like we had no idea how we were going to attack, and we weren't happy to shoot, find trailers. I'm not sure, but is it as bad? It's equally as bad, if not worse. It's equally as bad, if not worse, because of how well you were playing before. This is, it's crazy. It's crazy drop. We need open heart surgery after the season. Horrible season. Hey, it's not over yet. The sad reality is this thing could get worse. This thing could get worse. This season is done, Berto. We'll be lucky if we could play in Europa League next season. I feel like this stretch and just having to bank on the same guys just destroyed us. You can't even get away with a couple of changes in an 11. Like, we look suspect at the back. No Kalulu, no Bremer. No Bremer's always going to affect you, but no Kalulu as well was just too big a shock. The middle of the park is all over the place right now. The spacing's crazy, but even ahead of that, there's nowhere to play to. You guys get the ball in the middle of the park. In the second half, we started moving McKennie inside as well and started moving these guys to lanes where they could be options, but they're still so far ahead of the game. And it's just like, I don't know. It's like we want to just make two passes. Like, you think you could just play a team, make two passes, and be in a scoring opportunity. Like, it doesn't work like that. You guys have to work up together, but Yildiz moving inside for the second half. I actually like that way more than the first half and him staying a little bit out. He was a little more central in the first half as well. But again, Openda's not really strong positioning to really be an option to play off of. And then the spacing in the middle of the park with Thuram not really fully supporting. Cambiaso was really not a factor. I don't know. It looks like we're playing a guessing game. It looks like some bad results went our way, and now we're kind of throwing shit at the wall, so to speak. I don't know. Man of the match goes to Berto and all of us. Yeah, anybody that endured that. To the fans at the stadium. My God. Man of the match is João Mario. Yeah, pretty much anybody that wasn't a part of that, for God's sakes. Horror show, you guys. Every time we reach a pivotal moment that could define the season, we fall apart. It's a story of our 5 last seasons. Yeah. Pivotal moment. Expectations starting to rise. You're on a good run of form for several months. They carried it for several months. And they had some bounce backs in there. We talked about it. Crumbled. Absolutely have crumbled as of late. It pisses me off because you have a match like that against Inter, the Derby d'Italia. We talked about it a lot, the controversy and everything that was in the follow-up. That needs to spark you. That needs to light a fire inside of you, but it's done the opposite. It's as if this team has in turn got this feeling of, they're hard done by or something, and like the work has stopped. It's like, oh, no, like it needs to fuel you. It needs to be amici di nessuno. Yeah, you're hard done by, but it's you against the world, and it needs to turn you into a killer. But instead, it's like these guys are the ones that are going to be killed by it. Not good enough. Not good enough. I don't know, but it's falling apart. It's falling apart. Nasty. If we don't get Champions League, are you still willing to continue with Spalletti and give him a full preseason and a transfer window? We had this, I've said it, whatever your answer is on all of this, okay? Whatever your answer is to this question has to do with what you believe the problem is and what the bigger issue is. When I see what he was able to do in comparison to some of these other coaches that have come along and how he was able to have the team play and what we were doing, how we were playing, what our identity was. We've lost that identity over these past few weeks. But what he wanted to do was the right thing, I believe. And I think he was getting a lot out of these guys. But now the question is being asked, like, you know, these players have to keep some type of consistent level on their own court. But also, he's been running the same guys a ton. I sympathize with him because I don't have faith in the guys that are on our bench. Okay? So, he's going to take heat. Lack of rotation. This is why you got there. These guys that are being called into rotation suck. There's a lack of depth. And you have key guys that aren't pulling the weight. Okay? And when you look at the roster, it needs some work. He's able to get a lot. Why did it stop? Did it stop because of Spalletti? Did it stop because of these guys, their consistency, and the lack of depth? I'm leaning towards that. It's more than a new manager bounce when it's from November to end of January. That's more than a new coach bounce. I just don't think you can keep it going if you're rocking the same lineup over and over and over and over. But again, at the same time, when you look at these guys and they step in and they get called into action, there's nothing there. I'm still willing to say you lock in and you got to move forward with this guy. What are you going to do? Bring in another inexperienced guy? And start building to one way or another. You got to lock in on somebody at that position and build with him, for him, to try and improve. If you do this hire and fire thing at coach over and over and over, it can happen. He's shown me the most and closest to what I believe is the right approach than the coaches prior. I'd lock in. I'm still saying there's bigger issues. And I think he's gotten us to a point where we know the guys that need to be swept away and move forward with the others. That's just me. That's just me. The biggest thing about not making Champions League, if we do not make Champions League, is that financial crutch that they're talking about, that Juve's in this mode where we still need these results and we need the finances, otherwise we're in trouble. Okay? Well, here you go. That can't be an excuse. Okay? We were facing that danger last season. Tudor came in, he got us to qualify in Champions League. Okay? Now, I get the argument that can be made that, well, Tudor was able to do it with that squad. I said it. And I've said it a million times. The depth on last year's squad is better than the depth we have this season. It's better. It's better depth. Made better pickups in January as well. And say what you want. Kamoli, I think, has done a little bit worse than good. But I'm going to ultimately judge him this summer. And I appreciate that he's invested and he showed that fight in that Derby d'Italia. But you got to get your job done too. So in the summer, I'll judge him. We got that job done. So you could say Tudor came in and get the job done. Spalletti, if he cannot qualify in this Serie A, I wholeheartedly understand. But you got to look at the options coming in. What are those going to have to do? Some of those guys, money you're going to have to invest big time as well. I think it might make more sense to roll with Spalletti again. I'm not, and I never wanted the guy, and I was skeptical about the guy. But I'm telling you, I think there's bigger issues at play. If you're going to end up talking about Champions League and this financial situation, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from Elkan. I don't want to hear these guys plead poverty, etc. I don't want to hear it, okay? Last year, we made it in. You were ready with a bond. You still instilled that bond, etc. You can't say that, oh, we're going to be limited in the moves we make, and you can't show as much ambition because we don't get that money and that revenue. You have to find a way, okay? And I've said it a million times. These guys need to find ways to up their revenue, get the revenues up, get things going. You might have to put another bond in. Guess what? You're keeping certain outlets out and pushing them away that want to help, that want to bring money in, that can just help make up for the losses. But you have to still be ambitious in the moves you make and how you approach things. But right now, it's all hands on deck. Sadly, some of the hands, they just don't matter. That's Spalletti's calling upon. But I get it. I get people that not having the faith. This is not a strong Serie A. This team should be qualifying top 4 in this Serie A. But the wheels are off the wagon right now. The wheels are off the wagon right now. For sure. New year, same shit. Sadly. Hey, we won the game by Fabregas's logic. More passes and possession. True. We won based on his approach. Having absolutely no striker options outside of David right now is going to make these games a pattern. I just like the way we play too needs to make sense for the guys that you have out there. Sadly, I think that when you're looking at this team, again, going back to how skinny the roster is, when you have several guys that are out, so Kalulu out changes things because he's able to give Mac that freedom. And Mac didn't have the freedom today. Kalulu's also got the wheels to close down so much and bottle up a lot of these counters sequences that we look so suspect on today. Bremer makes a huge difference. Okay? You're talking about the middle of the park. Thuram needs to find more influence. He absolutely needs to find more influence at the top. Needs to connect things. Miretti stepped in today. He's finding pockets of space, getting on the ball, not doing anything with it. Absolutely no end game there for him. And again, when we get in and around that area, it's like the midfielders hang and then everybody else is like at the top, right in that area. There's nobody to pass to, nobody to play off of. There's no alternatives. It's too easy to defend. It's a very straightforward game. We play one of the most bland games I've seen in my life. Out of nowhere, all the good things Spalletti had going with this team have stopped. And a big one is getting those legs moving. I feel that Spalletti, not saying it's his fault, actually he's the last to blame, should have gone with 4-2-3-1. Kostic, Kelly, Gatti, Cambiaso. It's the defense. Experienced defenders, not coat miners. I don't know. I mean, I can see the move back to that 3-4-2-1 based on these bodies. Kostic, I have little faith in him. He's very slow. I don't know if the pace of that game he would have been able to keep up. I'll be quite honest. But the argument for going to this 3-4-2-1 thing again, didn't utilize McKennie enough, and he's been one of our best. But I also think he's getting gassed. He might need a break here or there, and we just can't offer it to him. That's the epitome of being thin, too skinny a roster. Locatelli's going to miss the match against Roma after his card today. We're going to feel that in the middle of the park. Every little change, you're unable to account for. You're unable to account for it. It's too skinny. That's just too many guys not doing their job. Too many guys not doing their job. Simple as that. I'm being told Locatelli is our best player. Maybe that is the problem. Is he our best player? I don't think he's our best player, but he has been one of the more consistent guys. Yildiz is our best player, but Yildiz has had dips, and since that contract signing, need more impact. Need more impact. Not saying he's to blame, not saying he's at fault, but he has to find ways to create problems for the other team. Chico coming on in the half helped. Yildiz did move over. They were playing off of each other at times, but they need to do that way more. All our attackers, I said it, what's the point in having an attack? One guy on one flank, another way across on the other. What's the point? Let your attackers play together. Let them work off one another. I don't know. It's like we have to get slapped in the face. We have to be in adverse situations to figure shit out. That should just come second nature, that you should just be able to watch and pick up on. It's frustrating. Christian, I'm sorry, but did Jagrova sleep with Spalletti's wife or daughter? Why is this guy not playing? This is the nonsense that pisses me off. Is that why do we have guys on a roster that you don't want to use? Why does this happen? A João Mario situation should never have happened because João Mario was brought in while you had another coach already locked up and in. Like, what the hell? But to say that this guy, like even Jagrova, like you can't use the guy whatsoever at all. I mean, Jesus. But has he done anything to really warrant the calls or anything? Does he change this game? Probably not, based on what he's shown us. I'll be quite honest. And it comes down to that. It comes down to face. Spalletti is probably also being adamant with these players to just state the case that this ain't good. Is he trying to protect himself maybe a little bit by doing that? Just say, hey, I can't use these guys? What's it doing for morale with these players? Probably not helping them. Talked about it like Openda. You're in a Champions League matchup. You play McKennie as your striker. There's no other strikers on the list available other than Openda, who I don't even believe is a true striker anyways, but you get my point. That's not going to boost him. That's not going to help him any, but it's a reality. That's the reality. Who's getting gold at the Olympics final in ice hockey? Come on, buddy. Canada. Tomorrow morning, they're going to be playing. I'll have it up while we do the post-match podcast because we're going to have a panel tomorrow, and we got a lot to hash out. But Canada's taking it. Go Canada, go, baby. Do we stick with Spalletti if he gets top four? Do we try with Palladino? I'm not into bringing in... I'm at the point, like, you need the experienced guy. You need the experienced guy. You need to build with an experienced guy. Give him a couple of years. And I think going back to the inexperienced guys, no, I think you need to get somebody with experience. And that's why I'm leaning just towards sticking with Spalletti, because we saw a good run for a good amount of time, but you cannot tell me... I'm willing to say this is one of the worst rosters. In terms of depth, it's the worst I've ever seen at Juve. I've never seen a bench this weak in my life at Juve. Never seen it. So for me, you stick with them. That's me. The roster has to be overhauled. They lack the obsession with winning. Most of our players care more about social media and salaries than winning. Overhaul needed, even if it costs us short term. I can't stress enough that feeling in these games when you're in an adverse situation, you're not in advantage. And this is another thing that's been following this team that I talked about. And I talked about it while we were on a good run. And that is, there is a clear visual like that you see in terms of struggles when this team has to play down a goal versus when they are up a goal. And sometimes even at level. So that's the problem now, is that even at level 0-0, we're not playing as good as we were during that run. But even when we were on a good, healthy run with Spalletti, when this team is in a lead, they play miles better, way better than when they're level, or definitely when they're behind. This team has to show resolve. And that part comes down to the players. But they're not. They're not patient. They stop doing the good things. They start ball watching. And in the end, they get absolutely nowhere. And then your good players are trying to do way too much on their own. But it's something that you could see. And it's like clockwork in a game. And right now, there's too many things that are clockwork. It's like, start the game, everything's okay. You could see the brutal goal. Okay. Then you start to force it. Then your legs stop moving. Then your brain stop moving. And it becomes from one little blip to this massive Mount Everest that you need to climb. And you see it like clockwork. It has to stop. The resolve needs to be there. For me, that's experience. That's experience and key players that need to drive that calmness, that patience. But I don't like the game. I think it's way too soft against Como. Way too soft. We suck right now. Absolutely. Stop making excuses. We got outplayed and outcoached. I don't want to hear anyone say Fabregas he is arrogant. He's earned all the praise he receives. He can be arrogant if he fucking wants to. No, he's just an arrogant prick. He's a crybaby when you lose. It's funny that you say you don't want excuses, but you don't want to call Fabregas arrogant, who is number one at making excuses when they lose, when they get pumped, playing one style of football. Juve didn't match up to Como. We didn't hurt them nearly enough in the offensive. And honestly, this is not a Como thing. This is something we see. We're 1 win out of 7. This isn't a Como masterclass. This is fucking Juve crumbling before our eyes and not doing any of the good things that we had. This is not just we've been steamrolling up until this point and Como just owned it. No, this is a team that can't snap out of this fucking funk. And it's the same story for year after year after year. You need a roster overhaul. And finances or not, Champions League or not, you need to make the right signings. This is why it's difficult in Italy. Because a lot of the teams are feeling this heat. They're feeling the heat of results mattering in prize money. And then when you make signings, you pretty much need them to hit. And when they don't hit, you're fucked. And that's sadly what's happened to a lot of our pickups over the past couple seasons. We're picking these players up and they ain't fucking hitting. Or you get guys that you think you've hit on and then they show you they can't keep that level. They can't sustain that level. Di Gregorio is a key indicator of that. Last season to this season, can't keep it. Kefren Turam, last season to this season, well behind the mark. This is the spot that they're in, that they have to hit to make these improvements. But that excuse is going to have to stop. You're going to just have to find a way to do good business. But hiring and firing your coaches, I don't think is the right way. It's ugly right now. It's scary times. Some of the players are garbage, and some of these players don't give a shit, and some it's a mix of both. Of course it's true. I do think that, some players are just straight up offering nothing. Offering absolutely nothing. And as far as the give a shits, I think it's too easy for these guys to quit. And we talked about that moment with the Derby d'Italia. That should be a moment that fuels a fire. It's had a reverse effect. So that tells me that what are these guys, entitled? Are these guys entitled? Maybe. Like, that should have been a fuel the fire moment. Instead, we've just tanked. We've just tanked from it. That's not the reaction that needs to come from it. Spalletti had the right reaction. He spoke about the right reaction. And he said, guys, that's the level. The level you played there, even down a man. Down a man against the team in top spot. You played better than you did today at full strength. Why? Why does that happen? I don't fucking know. But it has to stop. Has to stop. Why are we constantly bringing in players who just sit and don't play? Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. That is the problem. Coaching problem hasn't been an issue since Pirlo. Besides the brief Motta stint, we won't find a coach that performs miracles. I disagree that coaching hasn't been a problem through even Motta, through even Tudor, even through Allegri, I'll be quite honest. Because the approach, if you're going to argue with me that the approach needs to be you surrender the ball no matter who you play against, who you play against, where you play, when you play them, I'm going to disagree. I don't think that's the right approach. I don't think that's a successful approach. It's a tired-ass way to play the game, and your players are just going to get destroyed every game physically. So I'm not going to side on that coaching is an issue. I think you need to have the best of everything. You can't be one trick ponies. You can't just be park the bus, no matter against who, everybody, transition count. You also can't be, all out possession, attack. You have to be able to go through the motions. You have to play more than one style of football. Spalletti literally cannot play more than one style of football. You try to clamp down away in Istanbul. You don't have the ability to with these guys. In a fast-paced game, I said it. Kelly can look great in Serie A. Slow-ass game. Pace is quicker. You want to park it? He ain't going to be the guy. He won't be the guy. The back line can't hold it down. The team can't hold it down. And our left side gets destroyed. Telling you. I disagree that coaching wasn't a thing. But right now, I don't think you have any other ways to play. Like, he's damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's especially in a game, you can't make any changes. You can't afford to make any changes in a fucking lineup. I've never seen anything like it. Big indictment on Jagrova when you're down 2-0 and you're bringing in Kostic and Adzic. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, big indictment. We've seen the indictment on all the guys there. We've seen the indictment on all these guys. Seen it on all of them. Guys, we're out of words. Out of words right now. Okay? We're winning 7-0 on Wednesday. David. 6. 2 hat-tricks. I'll eat one of my hats if that happens, okay? I'll eat one of my hats. You guys, I hope you have a good weekend, despite this shit show, okay? Do something that makes you happy. Have fun. Don't let these fucking guys ruin your weekend, okay? Have fun. Tomorrow morning, even with the gold medal game on, which I'll have in the background here, Canada, hopefully taking it to the States, getting that gold. We're going to hash it all out with the panel, okay? But ugly stuff today. I still thank you for the support. Still thank you for joining the watch along. I wish we had a victory to discuss. I wish it was under better terms, but this is an absolutely disgusting performance. And there's a lot of guys that need to look themselves in the mirror. And Spalletti needs to have a serious discussion with all these guys right now and just say it can't be this way. And if you guys want to feel pissy or you want to feel sad about your minutes, etc., then fucking show me something. But there needs to be a stern message. And right now, it's crazy. But top four is definitely in serious serious doubts if a turnaround of epic proportion doesn't happen. We got Galatasaray up next tomorrow, post-match pod. Hope to see you all there. Drop a like. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. Again, at least we're doing the right thing. At least we're having fun. At least we are having kick giveaways and stuff. Palace up on deck for February. Let's tackle this one tomorrow together. Till then, no matter what, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. But we need much better, Juve. Much, much better. Come on, lads. Wake up. Fight back. Snap out of this funk. Come on. Gazzo!